Bear was sure the house was finally empty. He woke softly, and his son was instantly by his side, sticking his nose through the bushes.
Please, honey, let's go back over the mountain. I'm sure we can find a good den for the winter. Maybe we missed a spot.
This is the spot. Those bulldozers knocked down so many trees that there's nowhere left to hide. Once they decided to build that highway, our home was doomed.
But honey, you can't live with people.
You can't live without them either. They've taken our home, now I'm taking one of theirs.
Think of Baby Bear. It's not safe for him to spend the winter in someone's basement. What if we're found?
People aren't sensible like bears. They won't come back to the den till nightfall. But by then, we'll be in a deep hibernation in the ground under their den. They won't even know we're there.
Papa Bear would have been surprised if he had been watching the back of the house at the moment. Goldilocks had left the house, but she hadn't gone to her bus stop. She too had been waiting for her parents to leave. As soon as her mom drove away, she snuck back into the house and entered through the back door, which she had left unlocked.
Goldy liked school and had never played hooky before, but today she had an important reason. She belonged to the hair-raising book club, and just yesterday she received the latest book in the mail. Return of the Monsters 4 was sure to be the best one yet, and she couldn't wait to read it. She had loved all the monster books. How could she be expected to sit in school when her new book was sitting at home? Besides, her classmate Mary Conterly had probably read the whole book last night and would be babbling the ending to everyone.
If you know so much about people, how are we going to get into their den?
People are stupid, that's how. They have so many holes leading into their dens that someone always leaves them open. Let's go check.
The three bears ambled across the lawn and onto the front porch. To Mama Bear's relief, everything was locked up tight. Papa Bear had headed around back, however, as soon found that the door Goldy had left open.
Come on.
How do we get into the basement?
Okay.
Mama Bear hated being in the house. It smelled strange. She wanted to hide.
We've got all day. Let's explore first. I've always wanted to see one of these human dens, and now's our chance.
Yeah, Pop, let's check it out. If you hold your nose, it's not that bad in here.
We'll start at the top and work our way down. Follow me.
Goldy jumped again in her crawl space. This was the scariest book yet. The spooky story and being home alone was really getting to her. She could swear she heard noises coming from the bathroom.
What's this room for, Pop? Why is the floor slippery?
This is where people drink, son. They don't even have to go inside. I don't smell any fish. Too fish in it. Too bland.
Not cold enough. Give me a fresh farm stream any day.
I think it's great. Water, right, in your den. People have it made. What's this for? What's this for, Pop?
Whoosh! Oh no, there is someone here. What if it's the monsters? Maybe this time they've returned to my house.
She flipped the book and was happy to see no mention of her house. It looked like the monsters will terrorize them all this time. Goldy was terrified, but she reminded herself that no one knew she was there. Maybe if she stayed still, whatever was out there would go away.
wrong with this person? Or are there two people?
Indoor rain, I can't believe it. Indoor rain, I can't believe it. People are so smart.
You mean so dumb, son? They have everything from outdoors here in their den, yet they go out and leave it empty all day.
Let's check out some other rooms. Look, Pop, they like us. Here's a fake cub that looks almost like me.
I told you, they have everything from outside and in here, even bears, but none of it's as good. The bear just sits there all day. What good is it?
Goldy was becoming almost curious as she was frightened. She heard woofing noises, shuffling footsteps, groaning bed springs. What's going on?
Sitting on it was the cutest bear cub she had ever seen. It looked a lot like Teddy, her dear stuffed bear. Not that she still played with stuffed animals. She was far grown up for that. It was just that Teddy had been with her as long as she could remember, so she kept him out.
Goldy was so excited to see a bear cub that she almost burst out of her crawl space for a closer look. But just then her view was blocked by something big and hairy. There was a grown bear too. As Papa Bear crossed the room, Goldy caught sight of Mama Bear standing timidly in the doorway. 3 bears. The whole situation seemed strangely familiar to Goldy. Maybe she read something familiar in her hair rising book. Baby Bear bounded from the bed into the closet. Goldy thought he had spotted her, but he was just exploring.
Pop, what are these for?
Be happy we have hair, son. People have to use all this stuff to protect themselves from the weather. Did we come here to find a den or not? We're wasting the whole day, and we don't even know if there's a spot for us here. I'm going downstairs to look in the basement.
Come on, son. Mama's right. We had our fun, but you still need someplace to spend the winter. Follow me.
We can't sink into this. This is even harder than the rest of the house. We can't stay here.
Papa Bear was ashamed. He'd been sure that there were bare earth underneath the people's house.
There was not one corner into which he could dig. He knew he and Mama Bear could survive a winter with little food and shelter. But he wasn't so sure that Baby Bear.
Let's leave. This one is harmless, but more people may come. Let's go while we still can.
Come on, son. We're heading back outdoors where we belong. This whole expedition was a terrible mistake.
Goldie heard their sounds, but she had no idea what the bears were saying to each other. She only knew she'd like to scratch and cuddle Baby Bear forever.
Mom, Pop, I love you, but this hibernation stuff is not for me. That was fine for you old bears. When you were kids, there was plenty of wilderness, and you could hide down in a hole and sleep a few months away each year. But things are different now. I've got to learn how to live with people. This girl likes me, and I'd like to stay right here for the winter.
But what will you eat?
People have to eat too, and I'll bet that, like everything else, they do it right in this den. The girl will take care of me. I know it. And in the spring, you and Dad and I will all look for a new place to live.
Goldy sensed that something exciting was about to happen. Goldy didn't think the bears could cry, but Mama Bear looked like she might. The 2 big bears trotted up the steps and were gone. Goldy heard the back door slam, and she and Baby Bear were alone. She knew she must keep, at least for the winter, but where? Mr. and Mrs. Locks were pleased to see Goldy so happy, but they were also a little worried. Her appetite seemed to have increased tremendously. The fridge was always empty. She spent a lot of time in her room. She snored very loudly when she slept. The doctor gave Goldy a thorough checkup and told her parents not to worry.
At school, Goldy started the ecology club. The club members picked up trash along hiking trails in the woods. They recycled bottles, cans, and newspapers, and they donated the money to wildlife groups.
Goldy's new interest helped her become an even better student, which made Mr. and Mrs. Locks happy and eager to help her with her cause. It was too late to stop the highway construction, but they were able to persuade the builders to provide tunnels so animals could cross safely. And they helped groups in nearby communities who were trying to preserve their woodlands.
As for Mama and Papa Bear, the winter went well for them. They spent it curled up in the nature center Goldy's club had helped start. Goldy was still haunted by the feeling that she had met these bears before. She couldn't quite recall the story, but she knew that this time it was